There it goes. Okay, you're live.
Hi everyone, we just had to show you this. So don't panic. What we got is a thunderstorm coming through. These are the outflow winds off the storm. The winds were about 10 miles an hour about 2 minutes ago. Now we're up to 20 on the anemometer, 23. We're going to watch the winds really pick up here. Again, these are outflow winds. These are winds that are generated from the storm ahead of it. And so they're coming across us first. Matter of fact, you can't see Pawnee at all. 27, 30, here we go. 31.
So I wish I can attach the anemometer to this to where we can show the speed on this thing. Pretty sure there's probably an app for that. I'll look into that in the future.
Okay, and we're rocking now a little bit here. 29 mile an hour wind gust. Make sure we're getting sound.
We got 18 already on, so that's good.
Good.
How you doing, Janelle? These are all just outflow winds, guys.
Yeah, Tim, unfortunately you're getting probably the pretty strong outflow winds that are going, and they're coming across right now. Like I said, they just hit us. They're hitting the interstate as we speak as well.
Yeah.
And these are just outflow winds from the storm that is southwest of here. The storm itself isn't severe by all means. It's just that, as it gets cranking and moving along, and it's moving, 30 miles an hour, I think. So it's pushing those winds ahead of it, and we can hardly see Pawnee. You can see it here, but it's very difficult to see, and you're seeing the winds going right now.
Yeah, it's getting stronger.
Yeah, I figured it would once the outflow winds got ahead of it.
Just got off work and ready to chase, says Janelle.
So we thought at least we'd show everybody this. We don't want anybody to panic and think there's any warnings or anything. There are no warnings, none currently. Okay, we do have an advisory, a significant weather advisory from the Weather Service in regards to it. But again, and that's normal. It's going to tell you, it's a special weather statement, excuse me. Strong thunderstorms going to impact portions of southwestern Morgan County, northeastern Adams County through 4:45. The Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm over Hoyt, 22 miles southwest of Fort Morgan, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. Wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour, and pea-sized hail are possible with this storm. So what you're seeing are the wind gusts that we're talking about, guys. So again, nothing to stress on. Just the storm itself kind of getting itself going. Watching the last few frames, it's gotten a little bit stronger right now. It is, give you a distance here. I'm looking on my radar.
About 45 minutes, it should be just south of Fort Morgan. There's the trajectory of this storm. I can kind of show these guys the winds too here.
Okay. It says it's 8 miles from Fort Morgan right now when I click the radius on it. So again, that's the far eastern edge of the storm. And then what Austin's looking at is the time scale that it's guessing here. Again, it's all guessing. The radar doesn't know for sure. It's just an estimated time. It says 17:05. It'll go just south and east of Fort Morgan.
So these winds that you guys are seeing, you can kind of see them on this correlation coefficient. It's kind of bowing out right here, and that's the winds that are coming through us, guys. So that's what's causing all this dust to come through. You can definitely see, yep, there it goes. It's blowing through. That's what we're seeing right now, are just those winds. So I just wanted to give you guys a kind of a visual of why we're seeing those winds. Let me get you back up here, and we're back up on the main screen.
Yeah, we're consistently sitting at 20 miles an hour on our winds here.
Yeah.
And, the gusts could get up there to about 50 miles an hour. And as I'm looking farther south and west, there's quite a bit more dust coming. So it looks like it's actually a little bit stronger coming our way right now.
It does look like it.
Yeah, there we go, up to 30 miles an hour almost again.
Pawnee is barely visible. You can see the stack. That's it. Part of it.
Yeah,
getting some rain down in Wiggins, it sounds like. Tim's up there that's saying that. And then Fort Morgan's getting the winds now.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yep. 19, 21 miles an hour, sitting where we're at, 22. With the anemometer going. like I said, the visibility is probably a factor for some of you.
Traveling.
Yeah, the travel is going to be a little bit more difficult across the interstate, but again, it's just the outflow winds of the storm that's causing all this. Again, once the storm gets through, it'll, once it starts even raining, that dust will get knocked right down very quickly, obviously. But you can see, Austin's got the camera panned. You can see it crossing the field as we speak, probably about a quarter mile ahead of us. You can see a pretty good wind gust coming across. There's where that pickup's going, or that little SUV is crossing right there, is cutting right into it.
They can't see that far.
They can't see that far, but if you could see that far, it's about a quarter mile. You could definitely see where the winds are picking up in intensity there. So they're coming across right now. 25 is where we're at currently.
Okay, they can kind of see that white car now. That one just came into view.
Yeah, where that white SUV was where it's at. We got one coming our way right now too, as I'm looking straight to my south, coming right across Highway 34 and into
this is right here
Ginther's Field. Yeah, that's the one I was watching that came across.
It's coming through right now.
Oh yeah, you're going to see the winds really intensify here. And again, it's just winds. It's nothing to be concerned about. Again, I don't want anybody thinking tornadic weather. By all means, no, nothing yet. Nothing. Okay, we're at 24. We contemplated going live. There we go. 24, 26, 29. Here we go. Now they're hitting us.
Coming through us right now.
Yep, 29.7 is my biggest one. Let's see if we can get higher. 32. There we go. 31, 32, 37. So we've hit 37 here. 37 again.
Todd says that they have a breeze like that there too. Yeah, you can't even see the road over here.
Yeah, you can't see any of the road. If you guys are looking, there's nothing. Here we go. Big gust again. 37, 34.
Pretty windy and nasty clouds in Wiggins. Thank you. The relatively.
Yeah, Brianna, I wouldn't be surprised. That's kind of what it is here in town now in Brush. The RAV's rocking pretty good here at 33 miles an hour, 34.
Pretty consistent in the high 20s.
Yeah. Thank you to our sponsor, Cooper Construction, Colby Morrow, for being our sponsor. He's up on the right there. Wind damage can be a factor. If you get that, give Colby a call. So it's clearing out to the farther west we are, but southwest it looks worse, doesn't it, Austin? Look at that. You can see it really coming. We're still in the 30s, guys, here with winds.
Crazy there in Morgan, Brianna. I don't know if you saw it. Brianna says, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The storm's finally starting to peek through.
34,
Finally start to see the storm coming through.
Yeah, once that storm blows through with all those outflow boundary winds, then it'll turn into a normal storm. Yeah, there's a good breeze going across there, huh? It's the quickest way to do yard work, right?
Mm-hmm. These poor birds aren't going anywhere.
Birds are flying into headwinds. So it's starting to open up. I get a little better view now to the south and west. As you can see, the boundary winds have kind of worked their way through. And you can see the dust high up in the air, probably on your screen too with the HD camera that Austin has. Oh yeah, I can see it definitely on my screen there. I'm watching his live feed. So I can definitely see the dust there kind of towards your up and slightly to the left. So
I can't tell what the storm's wanting to do. It's still staying pretty strong. Like it's about the same where it was. That's about it. The other storm's down south. Not much on them still. A dust devil identifying as a tornado.
The gustnado. Right?
Yeah.
Technically falls under a gustnado then.
Yep.
Alright, let's refresh my radar here.
That's what I just did too. Looks like the last frame had changed course just slightly. Still going right towards Fort Morgan. But
Yeah. Watching the storms out of Aurora, Centennial, and Parker, they're all dying out. Fizzled out completely.
it's kind of what this one, I'm not sure if that's what it's going to do or not.
Oh, there's a severe thunderstorm watch now.
You didn't know that?
It cuts right through us. Goes right through brush.
Yeah.
The actual polygon box goes right through brush.
Yep.
So the following towns are in a severe thunderstorm watch that just came out. Marino, Sterling, Akron, Otis, Hill Rose, believe it or not, is in the watch box. Looks like Snyder might be. Brush, you're right on the cusp of it. It's literally trying to zoom in here.
Another dust event coming in.
Yeah, so if you're at the airport in Brush, you're under the watch. If you're not, if you're west of the airport, you're not in the watch. But again, I don't want people to think that since you're not in the watch box, you got nothing to worry about. That is an untrue statement. A lot of times warnings occur in and out of the box. So watching another couple storms out south. We've got a warning on the one out by Lamar. They've had a reported tornado on the ground out by Lamar. I'm also watching the one that is over by Cheyenne Wells, north of Cheyenne Wells, heading to Burlington right now, and that does have a severe thunderstorm warning. There's a lot of chasers on this one also. 14 miles south of Burlington, moving north at 10, 60 mile an hour winds, quarter size hail with this one. It's going to be mainly over rural areas of Kit Carson County, and that's Highway 385 between mile markers 170 and 182 is where that storm is at, and it's actually growing farther north into Burlington. Okay, our storm has kind of become stationary for the last couple frames.
Mm-hmm.
It really hasn't moved much, but you can see the winds are really generating still off of it. We lost Pawnee again.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of making a break, and then it kind of clogged up again. So we'll see as these winds are still coming our way. I'm not seeing anything on the radar that seems concerning on this Morgan County storm, with the exception of the winds, I guess, right?
Right. Windy and dusty in Fort Morgan. Yep.
Yeah, that's probably what you're going to get for a while. Just looking here. So these parts of the state, Hawley, Hartman, Burlington, Colorado, Ray, Holyoke, Paoli, Ovid, Cedric, Julesburg. You guys all in Colorado there are under the orange portion of severe weather today. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a big one out there. Within the yellow, we've got Cheyenne Wells. Like I said, Lamar is in there. Kirk, Stratton, Eckley, Yuma, Otis, Sterling, Fleming, Haxton, Atwood, Crook, Peets, Sidney, Nebraska. You guys are in the yellow. And then, like I said, within the watch box, the community of Hill Rose is in the severe thunderstorm watch box, along with probably Snyder.
Is it true that when a watch or warning is issued, that it can also affect up to 25 miles around it?
It depends on how big the storm is.
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend to look at the polygon box. The polygon box is at the issue. Can you pull up the polygon on the significant special weather statement and show them the polygon box?
Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that on this one.
So we're going to pull that up and show you real quick. But there is a little polygon box that they usually draw on there, and it's usually within that box
This one's showing.
is where the significant weather is at. So it just depends on how big of a box. I saw last night, was it in the tornado warning in Nebraska, it was a real small sliver, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It was a little tiny triangle they had. And it was pretty small. I would venture to guess it was maybe 20 miles total of an area. And it was pretty interesting to see. So,
Pulled up the watch. Give me one second.
no problem. So Austin's pulling up that.
So here's what we're looking at, guys. Let me put that up. Okay. So we have this box that goes around this way. That is the watch box in our area right now. So if I zoom in, you can see what my dad was talking about. Brush is just outside of that watch box. So the watch box is in this way from this line here. So brush is technically just outside, but Hill Rose is definitely in. So there's kind of what the watch box polygon's looking like for us. Sorry, this thing doesn't like to load very fast. There we go. So you can see that there's actually two watches. We have this one that's going through, oops, let me pull up the pencil. Nebraska and the Panhandle here, and then that other box that's southern Colorado, Kansas, Panhandle of Oklahoma, and also Texas there. So those are the watch boxes that we're looking at. But ours is this one right there. Trujillo says, "What's up, dog?"
What up, dog? Just so you know, I've had a couple people ask me, where are we live on? We're live on both. Austin's got us on Facebook and YouTube. So if you've got family or friends that want to watch us on YouTube, we're on YouTube Live also. I just saw the stream there, so I know it's on there. I've had a couple people question and say, are you live on that one? So yes, we are live on YouTube as well. So we share both streams right now. So glad that Austin's got that guy up and running. That makes it so much nicer for several of you. So I'm watching the dust kind of break itself now in some spots. Mm-hmm. You can finally see Pawnee again now, huh?
See, it looks like it's fizzling out, but I don't know if it's just going to recycle or not. It's the last frame here. See how it's just sitting there, though?
Yeah, it's just sitting there.
Just south of Wiggins, almost. Southeast of Wiggins.
Let's look at the Fort Morgan Airport real quick.
You can check the Boulder. See what the...
Fort Morgan is reporting humidity of 44, dew point of 52, which is pretty conducive still.
Thanks, Brooklyn. Sunny and 75 up there where Steven really trio.
Brooklyn, you can check us on YouTube also, dear.
She's the one who was on YouTube.
Oh, is she?
That's a YouTube comment right there.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Brooklyn. Glad you're on YouTube. So we do have our comments popping up from YouTube as well. So that's good to know that when people send us comments on YouTube or on Facebook, we've got both of them. So you can see the wind's picking up again. Austin has the camera swung pretty good left. And I'm just going to kind of just turn the car slightly.
This dust is coming right at us.
Yeah, look at it. She got these.
There you go. That'll get a good reading. So 37 miles an hour on their wind.
Oh yeah, your anemometer doesn't show it on the screen, huh?
So the anemometer, actually the frame rate cannot keep up. So you can see the anemometer. Let me see if I can find my finger here.
Anemometer?
I can't even see my finger. So the anemometer is right there. Sometimes you can't even see that it's moving.
But it's moving. 35 miles an hour.
Log Lane, not as of right now. It's just mostly winds right now. The storm that's coming towards you guys is kind of looks like it's fizzling out.
That could be, and that's why the winds are intensifying.
Right.
Collapsing thunderstorm.
A collapsing thunderstorm will send off these kind of winds as well. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it does look like it's collapsing, falling apart big time. What happens is it's like a big puff of air has been held up in there, and then when the storm starts collapsing, it'll release it, and that's what you're seeing right now. Probably is most of that is the collapsing portions of these clouds as they're falling right back to. They're coming down and it's collapsing itself on top of each other.
A good example would be like a balloon when you're letting out down the air and it's kind of blowing out.
And you have a big mouth.
Really?
So, I'm sorry.
It's like a balloon that's letting out its air. It's kind of putting that air everywhere, and that's kind of what's happening with this storm.
There was one over Greeley that fired right across and went across the Greeley Metro, and it's completely fizzled to nothing.
Right.
But you can see some towers still trying to grow up into it. So
this is all just winds right here. So
yeah.
Nothing too fancy yet.
But definitely a cool feature to watch. Watching this is actually pretty cool to see. So I do enjoy that we're able to share that for everybody as well, because it's just fun. It's just absolutely fun.
So Brooklyn says, part of me wants a tornado because I've never seen one form, but another part of me doesn't want to deal with the aftermath of one. Yeah, I get that.
Well, and Brooklyn knows a little bit about these, because when she was in school with me, she was able to do reports, and we actually studied tornadoes. I don't remember what tornado you did yours on, Brooklyn, but I do remember we did a study of tornadoes in my class in 5th grade. So, unless you remember it, everybody got to pick an F5 tornado, and they had to share about it and their experiences that they learned about it. So,
oof. There's some good F5 tornadoes out there.
Oh yeah,
legendary ones.
Does anybody know? Let's see if no cheating. Does anybody? I'll give you 30 seconds to answer it. Does anybody know the only EF5 tornado to strike Canada? They've only had one EF5 ever recorded in Canada. Anybody know?
Brooklyn says, I forgot which one I did, but it wasn't that F5 tornado that went through a school. Let's see here.
Oh, that would have been Moore, Oklahoma.
Moore, yeah.
For that one. Okay, a couple more seconds to see if anybody knows it. I know it. Anybody answer it?
No answer so far.
It was the Elie, Manitoba tornado. I couldn't remember how to spell it. E-L-I-E. Elie, Manitoba. So it actually started out, this little guy, as an EF1 tornado. And everybody was like, oh, that's so cool. You know, it looked like a little tiny one. And then it made some of the strangest turns you'll ever see on a tornado. And then it beelined for the town directly and strengthened into an EF5. Very short time.
Oof.
That it was only for an EF5. But it hit those intense winds, and that was incredible. One of the most incredible tornadoes out there. If you watch Weatherbox, I like watching that story about that one as well. So
Brooklyn said she didn't even know Canada had tornadoes.
Oh yes. yes. Let's see if I could find Brooklyn's report. Maybe I might find it. You never know. Good.
It's just, you're like, that storm just fizzled. Look at that.
Yeah, town, it's collapsing right on us.
Yeah.
So that would be it. Yeah.
They're going to pick back up, though. I think that was really the only reason we went live, to show people that this dust was coming through.
Yeah, we didn't want people to freak out about it.
Did you see that weird at the end there, that little curve? Look at that.
Yeah, I did see that. Sure did see that.
It's curving more. Look at that. Last frame. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Like northerly?
Looks like a snake. Like a snake. Alright.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Alright, let's see here. Best friend of mine lost their homes in the Hallam, Nebraska tornado. That was Janelle who posted that. Kira says, I'm listening to y'all while in the car headed from Greeley to Wiggins. The wind is horrible. Yeah, that's just from this storm that's collapsing. You're probably going to see those winds that boundary that it's doing shadowing at Old Brooklyn Ass, by the way.
Yeah, it's completely collapsed itself out.
Yeah, you'll see those winds probably all the way to Greeley just because of the storm, or probably all the way to Kersey at least.
Looks like those winds have basically come across Highway 34 north of Roggen. Are some pretty solid winds there from the collapsing thunderstorms. And again, it's amazing to watch. It almost looks like it's retrograding southwest and reorganizing again.
I know, that's...
But it's just literally the collapsing of the thunderstorm. And the outflow boundary winds are already starting to fizzle out. You might see a few breezes in Akron, but it hasn't hit you quite yet. It's probably about 5 miles from Akron, the winds that we saw come through here. So
Sarah, we're at County Road 26 and S. Point two, technically, I guess, yeah. And New Hampshire, hi from New Hampshire. How you doing?
Welcome on.
And New Raymer gonna get hit? I don't think so at this point. I'm looking up at Raymer here.
Nothing yet.
Nothing's, just that weird little Grover.
I'm telling you,
nuclear site.
That's the nuclear site. Okay, so Austin and I believe in this theory, or a little bit of a, I don't want to say conspiracy. Maybe it could be. I don't know. East of Grover.
Okay, I can actually show them.
You can see the blip there, and it never moves. That blip's always there. And we think that's the nuclear site.
Okay, so the nice little storm system going up through Nebraska. Or, look at that. Wyoming now, yep. It's in play. Anyway, so we're talking about this little guy right here.
Never leaves.
It is always there. It's never left. So we're trying to figure out if it's... I gotta look. I'd have to look at the map to see what's there, but...
Ooh, here's a good one. 33.
33, so... Do you guys happen to do shadowing, Brooklyn asked, by the way?
Not currently, Brooklyn. Not currently, but I'm sure your dad would be like, let her go. I know that. Your dad would be like, yeah, it's okay. We do, just us three is usually in the car, but we'd have to create like a waiver and all these other things, and yeah, might be kind of creepy. Our luck, the day you go with us, it would probably be like an EF5 tornado, huh?
Then what's the problem? That wind is going crazy south still here.
Oh, yeah.
Pony's about gone again.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this, I don't know what this thing's trying to do.
No, it's still falling apart. So I'm looking at the wind velocities here. West of Fort Morgan, it's showing some winds at about 39 miles an hour. And again, those are away from the radar, so those winds are about to Fort Morgan right now. A couple of those breezes out by Log Lane.
More dust coming up over here above these trees. Darker dust there.
Mm-hmm. Again, nothing severe, folks. We're just keeping you up to snuff on this one.
We're at County Road 26 and S.2, just west of Brush. We're technically still in Brush, technically, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Western side of Brush. Brooklyn says, just my luck.
Oh. Here's a good one. Tell you what, when the old Ravinator gets rocking, it's pretty cool. Like, sometimes you get some really good gusts. 35 miles an hour can usually get this thing moving. That one year when we were out, was it a year and a half or 2 years ago with the winds?
We hit 70.
Oh my gosh, we hit 70 mile an hour wind gust, and that was insane.
And we were in a Jeep, and the Jeep I thought was going to blow over.
Oh man, I thought we were going to flip it for sure. So I'll roll it down, you can hear it here. Probably can hear that in the background sound. 76 degrees though is the current temperature. New cell going up right there.
Mm-hmm.
Straight south of us too.
The wind in Wiggins is really kicking up the dirt. goodness, it is intense.
Yeah, not surprised there. It's the same.
Right here in this area.
Yeah, I can see what Austin's talking about. It's not on your screen, but on the right side of our screen, you can you see it? A little bit.
Barely. It's
barely on the right of your screen. That's what we're looking at too, Sarah. And then if you look left on your side here, you can see how bad the dust is blowing south of here. And gosh, there's so much sand out there too in those spots, huh?
I know. Let's see what the storm's doing here. The winds look good. Completely like fizzled.
Yeah. We'll see. We may not stay on long because of that.
I know.
So that's the downfall to today. We'll see though. I think we still have plenty of time. The watch just came out. So
right. Still some hours left.
Again, if you have any wind damage or anything, okay, or someone you know that's been affected by the most recent string of hailstorms or the winds, don't forget Cooper Construction can help you out. The insurance process can be complicated, overwhelming at times, but we'll walk you through it and fight on your behalf. They provide a single point of contact for repairs, including roof, gutter, siding, stucco. I was going to say student council. Stucco, windows, and doors. If you'd like a free inspection or just someone to help you through the process, give Colby Morrow a call at 970-980-4803. It's Colby Morrow from Cooper Construction.
Kira says they lost power at their house.
Where's that at?
Let's see where she at. She says she was the one who's heading to Greeley, from Greeley to Wiggins. Okay, so she probably Wiggins, I'm assuming.
Okay. Wouldn't be surprised, as solid as these winds are. You guys probably had bigger gusts than we had here. I can definitely see the wind gusts are a lot stronger out south than where we are too.
And then we have Mary Knight says she's in Missouri and it's 90 degrees there.
Woo! Enjoy that 90 of
humidity.
Ooh. Oh,
I know that humidity well.
And it's humid here today, but not the humid they have.
Pawnee Buttes
44.
Cause a weather change. That's about the area you're talking about east of Grover. So that'd be the Buttes area. I don't know if they would cause any.
But it always gives false echoes on the radar.
Right.
Is what Austin and I are talking about. We could be looking at the radar and there's nothing. It could be a beautiful sunny day, not a clouded sight, and on the radar it shows that little clutter there. So it always makes me just wonder if there's...
Yeah, she's off Wiggins, off County Road Q is where Kira's at. And then Sarah says, tell me you're a teacher without telling me you're a teacher. With the Stucco.
Exactly. Yep.
So yeah, south. There's a nice look at that dust plume coming up over the... You can see how...
Oh yeah. Right behind the sprinklers?
Right behind the sprinklers. Where that bin is at right there. That's a crazy plume.
Kind of clearing itself out now, isn't it?
They haven't had any rain there in Missouri.
Well, I'll tell you what, we have had quite a bit of rain here. Even last night, I woke up and I saw the deck was wet this morning, so I know we had just a few more drops again overnight on the storm as they came through. Just not a lot, but I mean, in the last 2 weeks alone, we're sitting well over 7 to 8 inches of rain here in Morgan County, especially out where we live. Some parts were even heavier. If I recall, where we're looking at here, they've had heavier rain amounts than we have, like between Brush and Fort Morgan. At one night, they had, 6 inches? 6 or 8 inches in the span of, an hour? That was insane.
So Mary's sister, I guess, lives in Brush, so that's probably...
Hey, there's that bull. I'm telling you.
I wish this would zoom in a little more.
Oh, here's another one. Man, those are Brahma bulls, dude. Those are those mean ones. Don't look at me. I didn't do anything. So we're out here at Pat Walther's place, and I'd like to thank Pat because he always lets us come out to his place and spot. And we got a great angle at things. And he's got his prize bulls out here that kind of always... they've bucked off a lot of guys. and gals, I guess, if gals ride it. But
that's that wind. You can see this green.
Oh, that's the dust.
It looks like it's probably
looks like the plume of dust. Yeah,
going right to Wiggins.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm not messing with those bulls. No way. That's a bunch of bull hockey.
I'm not even going to comment.
So as you can see, there's not much left of the storm, guys. That's it. It's pretty much wrapped itself up and said, I'm done. Did all I need to do, and I'm good. It's completely fallen apart. And you can see the winds are starting to ease up even, because you can see more of the ground areas. You can see even the coal dust getting picked up on the left over there as well. But it's clearing itself out, and that's because the storm has completely died and collapsed to nothing. Again, I don't think we're done for the day. I really don't. We kind of had some target areas that we're looking at still. We might go east, but nothing yet is holding together, with the exception of the storm by Burlington, and that now has a flash flood warning on it.
Yep.
So on Highway 385, looks like there's a flash flood warning out there for those folks in that region. So if you have any family or friends that live out there, let them know that there is a flash flood warning. And it's kind of like we're in a dry spot there. Look at everything just fizzle.
I know.
Colorado Springs has one. Significant weather statement.
What was our dew point and humidity at?
Humidity was 44, dew point was 53, I think. Which is still good.
So the conditions are there. Just
yeah.
What's the joules around here?
2,000.
So that's good.
1,500 to 2,000 joules per kilogram.
So that's high enough.
Oh, God, you only need 500.
I know. We're at 2,000. We should.
Yeah, we're well across with that one.
What's that one down by Burlington?
That's the Burlington storm.
Look at that boundary.
Look at that outflow boundary there.
Look at that.
Oh, my gosh. Those might collide, though. That could trigger off more.
And that's going to be around Kirk area, probably. Let's see here.
So, are you got it on the screen?
No, not yet.
Oh, they can't?
No.
That's cool. So, yeah, we're watching some outflow boundaries on that storm out by Burlington, and those boundaries are moving west. And usually when two boundaries meet and collide, sometimes they can trigger off a storm right on the boundary itself, and it can also make a quick spin up for landspout tornadoes. So, and that's why we get so many out here, because we have so many little boundaries that form off of them, and that's those winds that come off the storm. Like we said, we had ours start as an outflow boundary, and then the storm decided to just collapse and fall apart. So that's where we're at now. Dude, I don't like that they keep looking at me.
I don't think we have much more of this storm. This thing's pretty much dead. The only thing we have is we had a storm that's trying to pop up by east of Byers.
Bennett.
Not that one, the ones that's even east of it. Do you see that one?
Right next to Deer Trail, the word Deer Trail.
Right where that boundary is.
Yeah, that's what I'm showing.
Pops up right there.
Right there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, just making sure we're on the same page. I think that's it, though. Not much going on.
Well, that was kind of a cool little event. Well, and all of the, I guess after the dust settles. No?
No.
Sorry. We're all done. Just like that. I thought the after the dust settles comment was pretty good. We try to entertain too, folks, and we try to teach at the same time as well. We just love talking about this type of stuff too, so we hope that even though we have our corny antics, but we hope that we do try to teach some of these things to you guys to help you understand as well. So when we get moments like this, to us it's pretty cool to have teachable moments like this and show you what we see and stuff. So, but in a couple weeks I'll be out of here, and Austin and Dakota have it, and they'll be
Sarah did say she giggled at the dust settling comment.
See? Told you. Yeah, I'll be out of here in a couple of weeks. I got to go to Gunnison for a few days, and
Don't encourage him.
Austin and Dakota will be running it all. So, and Dakota's helping us today. He said that he was going to put up the warnings and advisories and stuff for us, which is great. And I'll tell you what, if you have not had a chance, look at Dakota's photos last night, guys. He had some amazing photos that he took of that lightning show. I've had so many people comment that, and then there was one he did on a railroad track. I don't know if you saw the railroad tracks one.
Thank you for the information. Without it, I would freak. Just Jody.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to help on that. That's definitely something we enjoy doing, and it gives you guys an idea of what we see, and it just kind of, some people it makes them feel better to go, hey, okay, I can physically see where they're at. I know where they're talking at, and that's why we try to keep it as close to as locals as we can. Even when we get out to Logan County and parts of Washington County, that gives us that opportunity to share some of those regions as well.
And more entertainment for just people out of state, or it could be entertainment for them for out of state, or it could just be because they have a relative who lives in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, we try to entertain and educate at the same time, like you said. Edumacate.
Let's take a look at our friends here. Man, he's staring at me, Austin. Look at that. That's a big bull.
Yeah, he's eyeballing you.
Eyeballing me.
I'm about to block you. I'm about to revoke your admin status for sure.
Hope I don't. My luck, I'll hit the bail. Oops, a little bit more. Okay. I'll show you guys on our way out what we see here. Twist the camera to the right. I'm showing that big dude right there.
They can't see that still.
Oh, look at that.
It's hard to see him, but he's there in the pen there. He's staring at us. He really is.
I dare you to climb that fence and go say something to him. Nope.
I'm not stupid.
Got to fix a horse fence.
Janelle says, I gotta go fix horse fences, and it looks kind of dark around Grover here now. Let me look at your radar here.
Check it too. You got a little small cell going up.
Just a small cell going up, yeah. Looks like it's almost northwest. Grover, so.
Nothing that looks severe at all, Janelle. If anything, it's just dark clouds. But yeah, I'm looking. Even right here, look, son. That's not on the radar.
Not yet.
No. But that's a definite tower going up. Oh, there it is. I can see it on the radar right there. There it is.
Is that it? Oh, yeah. It's kind of right there.
Yeah, we got a little blurb popping up there. So we're going to go to the airport next. Keep on watching. We both, before we started today, Austin and I were discussing of a starting point. Look at the power lines blowing left there. See them?
Mm-hmm.
So we were discussing our starting point. And actually, our starting point is going to be the Brush Airport. And then we're going to decide if we're going to go east or north. So that's our decision point. And once we get to the airport, we're officially in the tornado watch. We're in the severe thunderstorm watch, right? Yeah, that's a good one there. Yeah, there's quite a bit of dust right now to our west. So if you're in Fort Morgan, you're definitely getting a lot of dust blowing. You'll see it's real dark dust out there. That storm in southwest Washington County is looking pretty good. You can see it on the screen. There and right here. And that's just outside the watch box.
It's the one that pops up? Yep.
Yep. See it?
Yeah, I think once it gets into the watch box, it's probably going to start going even more.
So we are going to go eastbound here on 34. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Look at that one.
All that dust.
Yeah.
And that's all it is dust.
Yeah, it's just from the high winds. There's no tornadic weather over there, folks. Don't want anybody to get worked up on that one. But we do think what you see on the left of your screen there has potential to develop itself into something. And that's kind of what we're watching right now. Because like I said, that was our starting point. We kind of knew east of here was probably going to be worse than west of here.
They might start popping up over us.
They could.
I think they're going to start popping up over us, but they won't get too strong until they get out of the county, I think. Check here. It's getting red on it now. Got one south on 71.
Oh, okay.
The one that's in Washco right now.
So we're going to go through town here, and you can see the dust is still blowing here in town. And again, we're going to go farther east here. Shouldn't that have been the other way? The little guy pulling the thing?
That's what I thought.
Okay. So you can see the dust across the road here.
It's still kind of dusty in town.
Yeah. Flags at the fire station are moving pretty good too. So obviously we got the winds out of the south pushing through. What up, Ray? Good burritos in there.
Did they?
Yeah.
Never had them.
They're good. Hey, no. Just because we've been out so many days this
I do what I want.
last week doesn't mean we can't be yawning like that right now.
I do what I want.
Not cool. Somebody asked me how many miles. Oh, when I was at therapy today for my right leg there, and he goes, "How many years?" I said, "We're about 400, 450 miles traveled this week." I said, "So we've been out and about quite a bit." He goes, "I watch you all the time."
Let's see if I can get that up.
It's my first time I met the therapist, and he knew me from storm chasing. I didn't know him at all. I've had that at the doctor's office too, where I've been talking to the doctor, and suddenly the doctor stopped and went, "Are you guys the big dog?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, yes we are." And he's like, "Man, you sounded just like that guy." That's why I was wondering. I go, "Yep, that's us." So, yep, even doctors. Oh, by the way, we're close to 3,000 followers, guys. I think it was 29:59 this morning. So it was like 41 followers away from 3,000.
That's nuts.
That is, wow. I mean, I just cannot believe it. I mean, when we started this thing, we thought, we'll be lucky to have like 100 people follow us. Just kind of figured we'd try it and see what happened. And here we are, almost at 3,000 followers. 3K, that is so awesome.
Mark says that's awesome. I agree. That's craziness. I never thought we'd have that many people watching, following us. That's crazy.
And from all over the world.
And all over, yeah. It's not just Northeast Colorado. We have people all over.
What was the guy from Australia this weekend?
Thanks for the share, Jody. Oh. So she said she shared to try to help. Heck yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to hit 3,000. That'd be so cool. So we're still watching this cell here. It's still holding its ground. Not looking too bad here at all. But we'll see.
It's not showing much on radar, though.
And the cells east of here out by Akron, it looks like.
There, it's finally popping up a little more right there.
Yeah, we're going to see what happens here. And this is kind of the area that we have been watching all day on the charts, thinking this is where it might be.
start was over at the airport.
Yeah.
So
We're kind of in our
south.
spot. Pretty close. Plans changed on the wind event. We had to show that.
Yeah.
It's actually dusty enough that it's making me cough. All right, so now you're looking north for a moment here, and then I'm going to get you facing northeast, because I think this is the area we need to watch, probably more than anything, these guys, and then make a plan of action.
Those towers going up.
Yeah. Check. Look, it's moving the other direction now.
I know, I just saw that. Kind of weird.
But the one we're watching here is green on the radar, and that popped up right off the boundary. As soon as the boundary went in, it's east of Hill Rose, between Hill Rose and Merino.
Yep.
Is where this one is.
It's going up right there, and that's this guy right here.
And our Morgan County storm, even though it's dead, it's
trying to do
something. Keeps trying to build right over us, so we'll see. I don't know if it's going to hold or not. We're going to keep an eye on that one.
I'm going to get out for a sec, I think.
If you get out, I'm driving off.
Whatever.
I'll leave you here.
Whatever. Do what you got to do.
Abandon you like a puppy. That's not cool, though. That still would be funny.
I'm still sore from the coin hunting yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I loved it.
Getting up and down.
I loved coin hunting yesterday.
I did too, but
Hey Josh, welcome aboard. Yeah, they were under a tornado warning. Law enforcement said there was a tornado. It was a confirmed one, even by some weather spotters as well. But that storm has kind of moved itself on. But we are east of Brush today right now. We're waiting to see if these guys get going. We're in the severe thunderstorm watch box technically now, where we're parked. I'm gonna pull up my thing. Yep. We are actually just in the watch box. We literally have parked right inside the beginning of the watch box east of Brush. So the airport is technically in the severe thunderstorm watch. And then west of us is not. So we're trying to see where things are going to develop right now. Lots of storms out in the Burlington area. Burlington's getting hammered. I feel bad for them folks. Oh, and a new tornado warning just came out for Hartman, everybody. This is in Colorado. National Weather Service of Pueblo has issued a tornado warning for northeastern Prowers County in southeastern Colorado. 5:10, a severe thunderstorm was capable of producing a tornado and was located over Hartman. So the town of Hartman, they're telling right now to take cover now, just to be safe. I'm looking at the Pueblo radar right now. That'll tell me a little bit more. Give me a moment. Look at some velocities. No, I'm going to have to be on the Goodland radar. I'm going to change radars and go to Goodland. There we go. Oh yeah, I can see it better. Yes, so I'm looking at the rotation. It is literally right over the town of Hartman. There is a storm spotter there. David Holtman is out there right now. And this would be just west of Holly. Just west of Holly. Holly's actually pretty famous too. They had an EF3 tornado that went through them. So, man, I'll tell you what, that Hartman tornado or warning definitely looks pretty good. Looking at the CC, the correlation coefficient, to see if there's any debris being lofted in the air. And I'm not seeing any. So that makes me feel good. At least I'm not seeing one on the ground. Sheridan Lake is in Colorado, I believe. Yes, it is. And it's under a significant weather advisory. Wouldn't be surprised to see that one get severe. Cheyenne Wells, you folks are getting hit pretty hard. Burlington, the storm is slowly moving its way towards you. And then in Kansas, Winona's getting hit pretty hard. And south of Brewster, Kansas, they're getting hit pretty solidly. So keep that in mind. Towns that are still in play that have not triggered off: Holyoke, Julesburg, Sedgwick, Ovid, Venango, Crook, Fleming, Yuma, Otis, Eckley, Sterling, Atwood. Don't be surprised if those guys decide to fire off and go crazy. So, and yes, we promise we'll always try to be as safe as we can. When we do this, we try to be really cautious with things. And we always try. I don't think people realize that when we drive with this and we're driving and we're side by side with it or other things, we're always looking for roads to get us out. That's one thing I'm always telling Austin, planning ahead, is, okay, give me another way out just in case. So we have an escape plan so we don't put ourselves in too much danger. Now, there are times it's close. That happened out at the big storm we had a few weeks ago, where everybody pretty much got caught in that thing, and there was not much we could do. So that just, I guess you hate to say it, but that's the nature of the beast with it. So you do have to be extra careful when you do this stuff, and always think about plan of actions. Jeff Marcus is a great friend of mine, and Jeff and he was on one day talking, and we actually, he reminded me of a moment when we were storm spotting when we were younger, before we even had all this stuff now. But both he and I actually had to get out of the fire truck and take shelter in a ditch because it was forming above us. So, and we said, forget the truck, let's just get to safety. So we did, and we left the truck there. Nothing happened, thank goodness, but still, it was pretty impressive. So reports are coming in. Non-thunderstorm wind gusts here. The Messonet Station in Wiggins at the Bijou Creek. So you folks that were asking, we're talking about the high winds, okay, in Wiggins. 59 miles an hour was reported there. 59 for you there. And then west of Fort Morgan, non-thunderstorm wind gusts again. The station down there in Fort Morgan measured the winds at 53 miles an hour. So you guys that were talking about the high winds, you got them. Here in Brush, we were fairly lucky, guys. We only got about 37, 38. So those folks that were in the Morgan and Wiggins area, you guys took a bigger hit than we did when it came to that. Grover. Someone was asking about Grover earlier. Northwest of there, quite a ways away northwest, you've got a storm, but that's heading towards Burns, Wyoming, so I think you're fine there. Nothing in Greeley. The most current storm kind of near us would be in the Colorado Springs area. There is a severe thunderstorm warning, and this is for Falcon over by Colorado Springs. 60 mile an hour wind gust, quarter size hail, radar indicated. Hail damage to vehicles. Expect wind damage to roofs, sidings, and trees. So that's the possibility on that. What about the Starlink? Mark's trying to help him.
Oh, okay. We're getting a time lapse of these storms, towers going up.
Okay.
So I can get a good, cool video.
Okay. So just closing the door because obviously the wind's pretty high. But us is getting some time lapse video for us right now. If you didn't get to see it, Weather Nation hopefully will share my time lapse. I got a good time lapse last night from the fire station in Brush, and I shared it on the stream there. for everyone to watch. And Weather Nation reached out to me today and asked to share that on their page network. So we'll see. Hopefully they'll share that and you guys can see that. So that's Weather Nation. Get a lot of hits from them for some reason. So yeah. So I always like to help put those things up. Atlantic. Oops. Hold on a minute. Hold on. My granddaughter's calling me. I think. Hold on 1 second. Hello.
Come here. I need help. Come here. Get that out of your mouth. It's gross.
Yes.
What you did.
What happened?
Over to fix you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Baby oil. You got baby oil? Or olive oil?
Yeah, it's supposed to start. Gosh. She's like, I gotta go put it. And then she comes out crying. And Olivia already has the poops today.
That is hilarious, that crazy girl.
So now we're just gonna be getting our lights on and showing pink out over here.
No problem. Hold on a second. Get out of the car for a minute. No, I'm grabbing Austin to show him. Oh, silly girl. You totally made your grandfather laugh today, baby girl.
Clearly.
That's hilarious.
That's my niece.
Yeah, try that. Try olive oil or baby oil. And then kind of move it around her neck too and all that, around her chin and stuff. And then by her ears. And that should get it enough to go through. Okay, alright, bye-bye. What a dork. Sorry. I have some silly grandkids, everybody. So, I'm going to turn just a little bit here to show you too. You can see over here to the right. Hopefully you can see that. On the right side of your screen, you should see those towers trying to go up at the ground level there, and those are pretty cool. So I'm watching those too.
Is this thing again?
Yeah. It's falling apart, definitely.
But these ones are, towers are going up for sure.
Yeah. We're still watching this one here.
Getting a pretty good time lapse, I think, of it.
Of which one? That
This
one?
tower's going up.
Okay.
So it should be pretty cool. I'll have to post it to the TikTok too. If you guys use TikTok, we also do have a TikTok. Big Dog WX.
Big Dog WX on TikTok is where Austin said to go watch
Yep.
us.
We have posted some stuff on there too.
If you're a TikToker.
If you're a TikTok ticker. Yeah. If not, you can still use Facebook Reels and still post it on there too. So
Yeah. Hulk, most definitely. Like I said, I just saw the wind gust there. I don't know if you heard, but they posted a 53 in Fort Morgan just a little bit ago.
I put the anemometer right on top. I don't know if that's going to change anything.
Probably not. That doesn't close.
It did.
No, it won't close. I'm not going to break it. So, still watching. We're on the edge here of the severe thunderstorm watch box, everybody. Nothing yet. The one out by Marino is still holding. We're definitely getting more winds here. 26. Right now, we just had a 26 mile an hour wind gust here. Up here we go again. Hang on. 30. Yeah, about 30 miles an hour on the anemometer there. Yeah, we're on TikTok, and Austin's got some great videos on there as well, Hulk. So yeah, you're more than welcome to jump in. Like I said, I always look at it too. He posted some really good ones last night. What was
I
that?
don't know. Truck carrying something that it shouldn't have probably been carrying.
It's all one word. It says Big Dog WX, BIGDAWGWX. We have 98 followers on already on that site. So winds are currently 27, 26,
As I said, I put it on top so we get a better reading from all angles.
27, 33.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's a 30.
So our biggest wind gust here is 33 at the airport. Windsock is blowing straight west. She got it off. Yeah, so, and we're kind of still getting some of that leftover storm that collapsed south of Fort Morgan. It's literally going over Fort Morgan right now. Maybe a sprinkle, if lucky. Not for sure. The one over Marino, I'm watching that on the left there. It's kind of refiring itself again. It's trying to get itself going again. So we'll see. It's showing yellow on the radar. Not strong at all, but trying to. Okay, 30. We're again at 30-mile-an-hour winds here. Okay, I'm getting a report of a tornado that was on the ground by, a funnel cloud on the ground, or funnel cloud spotted 10 minutes ago over Goodland, and it was the National Weather Service employee who spotted that one. So there's some funnels even out in that way in the Kansas storm. Okay, the storm that went over Hartman is gone, but there's a new warning on it. And this one is for northeastern Prowers County, and it still has radar indicated tornado. Torrential rainfalls occurring with this storm. Flash flooding may be occurring there. So rural areas of northeastern Prowers County. That would be just north of Holly and east of Hartman. And it looks like the storm is finally dying off, but there is an active tornado warning on it as well. — 33, back up to our winds here. Current conditions. So our humidity has dropped here, as well as our dew point out at the airport. So it has dropped quite a bit. So it doesn't show like signs of like it's going to trigger off storms soon, but we'll see. Still showing this afternoon a 70% chance of showers, and tonight 60% chance of thunderstorms. So we will see. I'm not giving up yet on this. Let me look at the visible satellite image here. Man, look at those massive storms right on the border. That explains why Kansas is getting hit hard.
Yeah, that would.
Storm Prediction Center for tomorrow. Some people have asked about tomorrow too, so let me just fill you in on that. Waiting for my phone to load. Here we go. Okay, day 2 outlook. Basically, Morgan County, Washington County, Yuma County, all points south of there, all the way to New Mexico, is in the slight category already. Tornado chances are focused tomorrow right over Morgan County and Washington County, Adams and Arapahoe for tomorrow already. They've got 2% marked for tomorrow. So I think tomorrow's probably going to be the dicier day of all of them. And I did talk about that a couple days ago about how Wednesday could be the day. So I think that's still going to hold its ground. So tomorrow could be a tough day for all of us. So make sure you stay tuned and follow with us. We'll give you some updates. I would not be surprised to see that yellow tomorrow put in the orange for the enhanced sun. You know, I bet it will go in the
mosquito bites
enhanced.
Yeah, I think we'll be in the enhanced.
Where'd you get mosquitoes from?
Really?
Okay, sorry.
Really? Where do we get mosquito bites at? Really?
Sorry. I just wanted to see how you acted to it. It's good cover. Yeah, Blaine, it's showing north of there, though. When I was looking at the last radar image, and I'm looking to see, and it just expired. So the Holly tornado warning just expired. And the storm actually is really collapsing on itself. And the strength of the storm has now moved towards north of Cheyenne Wells. And flash flood warning north and east of Cheyenne Wells, but not the city of Cheyenne, the town of Cheyenne Wells. So this would be south of Burlington too. So that's the only active warning that's showing currently, is the one just north and west of Cheyenne Wells. Let me read it to you. It's a long warning too. This is a severe thunderstorm warning from Goodland, Kansas, for northeastern Cheyenne County in east central Colorado, southeastern Kit Carson County in east central Colorado, and that warning is going to be for another 51 minutes. 50 minutes now. Severe storm was 8 miles north of Cheyenne Wells, moving northeast at 20 miles an hour, 60 mile an hour winds, quarter-size hail. Train spotters reported at 5:26 the hail was 7 miles north of Cheyenne Wells. So mile markers 153 to 174 on Highway 385 is where this current warning is located at, and that is by Cheyenne Wells. And again, the Holly warning has expired. Colorado Springs warning has expired. We've got a new cell west of Grover that's gone up, and that is moving northeast, so showing quite a bit of lightning. So if you're in Grover, west of there, north of Nunn is where it's probably the best way to describe it, a couple miles north of Nunn, but it's trying to develop. Not too fantastic. I can see a little bit of it over there. I can see that out my window of my vehicle looking to the north and west into Weld County. But again, it's almost like we're getting the big goose egg right here where we're at. Let me do an update with the Weather Service and see what they've got here. Stay with us here. We're just checking for updates. I always check for the updates too. That's weird. Nope, that's the other one. Let me keep looking here.
Still tons of dirt to the west of us.
Didn't say that. Okay, so looking at some of their updated reports, this is at 3:14. This is a couple hours ago. Like the past days, the stronger storms will be capable of large hail. The CAM, which is the convective allowing models, show the storms coming together and producing a line over the eastern plains. Main threat from these storms will then transition from hail to strong winds. Storms will progress east and exit Colorado during the late evening hours. So it makes me wonder if they're thinking it's going to really get going here later on this evening. Not sure. That's the way I get it when I'm reading it. And looking at Wednesday, cyclogenesis could form over the high plains tomorrow. So that would be a low pressure that gets a warm and a cold front. So we'll see what happens. That is cool. Now, I don't know if anybody sees what I'm seeing on the camera, but straight across the middle, you could see that big line of clouds. It's not huge, but I mean, it looks like a pencil mark across the sky. Let's see if I can. It's like a pencil mark right there, going straight across. That is pretty cool. Look at the pencil mark going across.
Oh yeah, I'm getting it on
Time lapse on your phone. Yeah, nice job remembering that.
Is there a storm trying to build up to the northwest of here?
Yep.
I can see the inflows.
Yep. Watching that one, that would be over west of Grover right there. Look at it. It's already getting red.
If you look behind us, you can see the inflows going in.
Oh, the feeder band. Oh, the wind.
The wind.
Yeah, this. I'm wondering if that's the line they're talking about, because they said there was a line that could form and then they're going to get going. So maybe, just maybe. But we're both in a spot here. Whoa, hold on. Got a TVS here. Okay, southwest of Simla. It's got a tornadic vortex signature on it.
Over here?
It's going to be just by Calhan.
Huh. Okay.
It's got shear in it, 20% chance of hail, severe hail, 100% chance of hail, 3/4 inch diameter hail. Let me put the velocities on. Oh yeah, you can see it there. It went right over. Okay, someone help me say this name. Make sure I say it right. Between Simla and, is it Ramah? Ramah. Somebody that tells me, let me know. Thanks for the update, Jody. Appreciate it. We are down to 9-mile-an-hour winds here. As you know, we were at 30 plus just a little bit ago, and we're down to 9-mile-an-hour winds. However, Austin was just looking to the northwest, and if you do look out to the northwest and you look out in the county, you can see the winds are getting sucked into that next storm out by Grover. Oh, excuse me. It's still holding. It's building itself up. It's going south of Grover now. Might have to make the run to 52. See right.
Well, you can kind of see the backside of it right here. You can see the rain-free side of it.
We got a developer right here. Watch right here.
Pretty sure I was just looking at that, Ben.
Yeah. Look at those towers going up, son.
I know, I'm getting it all on time lapse. So that's going to be pretty sweet to see.
Yes. Let's see if I can turn this just a little bit for you all. I don't know if you guys can see that better now, but those towers are really cranking up there. Beautiful, beautiful cumulonimbus going up over there. Now that is looking to our east quite a bit. So, Blaine, help us. So that rotation did go above Simla. And is it Ramah? Is that how to say it? Ramah. I believe that's how to say it. Make sure I said that correctly on their name. I've never ever really known how to pronounce Ramah's name. Or is it Rama? Like ramen noodles? I don't know. He said, no, sir. Uh-oh, I blew it. Rama. Is it Rama? How about Rama? Did I say it right that way? He said, without talking to you in person, it's hard to pronounce over a message. For that, I always thought it was Ramah for the name of that town by Simla. Ramah. It's probably Rama. Our luck. Rama. I don't think that's Rama. That doesn't sound right. Wait, yes to Rama? Maybe it is Rama.
I think those are connecting. They're wanting to connect these clouds all the way. The ones that we saw going across. It's going all the way across and it's starting to build on this left side over here. So I wonder if it's going to try to connect and feed into it.
Look. Right there too. South of us.
I feel like they're fizzling though, like once they...
Well, this one's new. They're going up and holding. So, we're watching a set of cells go up north of Lyman, between there and Genoa. And that's because of the cell that came out of Springs, Peyton, and Simla. So we're seeing what happens there. We've got a cell that's developing south of in southern, or right by southern Morgan County, right at the Adams-Arapahoe line. We're watching it grow right now. It's getting yellow and green, so we'll see how that one holds, and we'll let you know on that one. Wait, I said Rama. Did I say Rama? Raymuh. Rama. You know, I've even watched the news, and the news calls it a whole different name too, so. Yes! Rama. So it's like I'm from New York, and I live in New Raymer, so I would say New Rama, and that would be Rama for you guys. See, there it is. It's the best way I'll remember it. That's the only way I'll remember it. Rama. Okay. Cool. Okay, I learned something there. Okay, a couple of significant special weather statements out by Colorado Springs. They're talking about that storm. The TVS that was over Simla has moved on. There is a storm spotter out there in Kelly English who's on it in Simla directly. Watching our stuff here, still holding together. It's yellow and red, or yellow and orange now, right there.
Is that southerly stuff?
Yeah, because there we are.
Yeah.
And it's trying to expand west, too.
Yeah.
So we will see. So they could be developing right now, everybody, as we speak. I'm looking to my south. And west. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm going to go take a look. It's got to be behind. Oh, look over there, Austin. Look at that moving. It's not looking like the best. Hopefully you're still on. Okay, we didn't lose live. I walked away. Forgot when I walked away. I probably lose it. Yeah, so we're watching the storms that are coming into south central Morgan County right now. Probably be. Let me click on how distance. It's 20 miles south of Morgan right now, this cell. And it's trying to move northeast towards Brush. It's probably 23 miles, it looks like. Yeah, 23 miles to our southwest of us. So we're going to keep an eye on that one as it's trying to develop. Yeah, there's more little pieces of the storm trying to really expand. And then I'm looking north of Lyman. Some pretty good cells are trying to go by Lyman. Again, everything has started has pretty much fallen apart on itself. Great news about the storm out of Hartman and Hawley. It has moved itself out. It's turned into a pretty significant rain event out there. And now it's north of Coolidge, Kansas. It is in Kansas now. And there is some good rotation on that storm. So they're monitoring that one out of the Goodland area there. Cheyenne Wells, you're still getting, you're not getting the storm itself. Cheyenne Wells isn't, but it's north of Cheyenne Wells. And it's a pretty rural area there, correct me if I'm wrong, between Cheyenne Wells and Burlington. Pretty rural out there, so gosh, those little boundaries are popping off of that thing. So I'm watching two boundaries about to collide here. I wouldn't be surprised to see some storms fire up off of southwest of Yuma and north of Flagler. I'm seeing two boundary layers that are getting ready to intertwine and cross, and the one that's off the Burlington storms is pretty strong, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it trigger off a couple of big pulsating storms there real quick to get going. And again, that's from the storms out of Burlington that are causing that. And those boundary layers are getting ready to cut across each other. And when those two boundaries meet, going opposite directions, obviously that changes everything for it. So again, it just went through Kirk about 10 minutes ago, that boundary. It's almost to Flagler on I-70. And then the one on the north side that's coming north to south is going through Araba. So it's definitely going to meet somewhere between Erba and Flagler, where those boundary layers are going to cross. And those are usually kind of hot spots for our little land spouters that can happen as well. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well as those storms approach and get fired off of there. Again, still keeping an eye on it. Just looking at some of the other updates from Kansas Weather Service. I'm also looking at Cheyenne, Wyoming Weather Service. Okay, so the Lamar tornado was pretty cool. I'm going to share that on our page. Thanks to Colorado Storm Chasers from Vanessa Sandoval. It's a nice little cone tornado. So I'm sharing that right now. It's going to be on the page if you want to look at that one. But that was a nice, cool little tornado. Definitely. Just looking at some other ones. The her ain't no joke. Let me see what the her says. Sorry guys, I'm just looking up to see some of the maps here. So give me a minute here. Let's see what the HRRR says here. Someone said the her is no joke, the HRRR, which is the predicted weather radar. Let's make it move here. Oops. Oh, I'm in the right sector here. Sorry, I'm trying to get the model run to run here. 23 Zulu hasn't loaded yet, but 2200 Zulu is loading. Okay. Yeah, not much going on right now. Again, it's pretty quiet on the western frontier. Some good thunderstorm wind gusts reported out by Fort Morgan and Wiggins. One was reported at 59 earlier, and the other one was reported at 53 miles an hour. So Austin's just getting some time-lapse stuff, and once he gets that and he's completed, we'll probably go ahead and head back. Again, we're watching to see if this will develop, but nothing really has taken off. They just can't get over the cap. You can see them developing, but then they just kind of fizzle out as they get going. Let's do a radar check. Alright, so let me just kind of make sure I'm up there for all of you all to see. Alright, so you saw this one here try to go. It's fizzled itself out, can't hold its ground. These are old markers from last night, so don't worry about those ones. This is the one from Lyman. It's trying to get going. Let me move the radar over here a little bit. So this is the storm that's north of Cheyenne Wells, and you can see that it's still holding itself together pretty well. Again, that's over by Cheyenne Wells. It's north and east of them, and they're under a flash flood warning here for this region here. Plus, severe thunderstorm warning is very current there. Okay, let's go. Whoa, got a little crazy there. Apologies. So there's Yuma, Ray, and Eckley. So what we're watching on the middle of our screen there, that's what you see. Okay, so on the images, that's how far away these storms are. So what you see in the middle of the screen there, that's looking towards Eckley and Ray and Kirk and those places. So you see those storms developing there. So we'll see if those hold. Whoa. I'm sorry everybody, sometimes it gets a little crazy. Okay, let's try that again. Go to Weld County. I said go to Weld County, and does it? No. It's something else. Oh, you darn thing. Sorry, everybody. The Zoom is not doing what I want. Thank you. Okay. So this is Weld County. I'm telling you. That's ground clutter. Don't believe that. Okay, that's ground clutter. How do I know? Because it's always there every day, and I still think that's where the missile site is. Okay, so let's go back here. Here's the one west of Grover. You can see this one in Weld County. It's now moving east. It was moving southeast, but now it kind of changes trajectory. And you can see here's the one out of Wyoming and heading into Nebraska, and you can see them going across to Kimball and Bushnell. So don't be surprised to see some weather up there as well. We did have a couple storms south of here in the metro. They've already fizzled apart completely. Springs is kind of the stronger area right now. Storms that are coming out of Colorado Springs, they keep forming and moving off and continuing their way on. So right now we're just waiting to see if things will fire, and if they do fire, we'll try to get out and about on them, but I just can't see any reason why we should stay on at this point. We do have the watch. We'll keep you posted, but again, I think the best thing to do is just go ahead and come off stream for a while, let Austin finish his time lapse, and then we'll see what happens later on this evening. I think the watch goes until what time?
I didn't even see what time the watch until, honestly. I would assume at least 9 or 10.
Let's look. Oh, 11 o'clock.
Ooh, until 11, so we could have some nocturnals.
Yes, so we do have severe thunderstorm watch until 11 o'clock tonight. So, guys, we still have 5 hours of this watch to go. So, like I said, I don't want to call it all clear yet. By all means, no. But let's see what develops here in the next hour or so, and then we will let you know. And if something breaks, I mean, the last time we did this, we took a lunch or a dinner break and came out, and things were going crazy.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll help us. For those of you that are storm chase lovers like us, and maybe you can get one caught, and we can get one going and cranking up for us. So, all right. So I think that's it. Anything else that you can think of? Cooper. Yes. Cooper Construction. We'd like to thank Cooper right there, roofing and exteriors. Thank you so much to Colby Morrow and his crew at Cooper Construction for being our sponsor. Give them a call, 970-980-4803. That's 970-980-4803. Cooper Construction. All right, that's it. Appreciate you watching for the last hour and 41 minutes. We love having all the people that are watching us. Don't forget, every time you watch us, support us, like us, heart us, follow us, all those things like that. We are getting so much closer to 3,000 too, by the way, everybody. We were 41 people short of 3,000 this afternoon when I checked at lunchtime. So hopefully we hit 3,000. You're absolutely welcome, Jody. And again, if something does break, I promise we'll be back on, guys, if it does become severe. Okay, so tomorrow, I know we have a way better chance tomorrow, so be sure to be ready to tune in for us tomorrow. And I'll give you the weather briefing probably around lunchtime, and then we'll probably be out later on that in the afternoon. Alrighty? Thanks again for watching, everybody. Be careful out there and stay safe. Bye now.